The best elements of Empty Shell shine within seconds of booting it up for the first time. This horror roguelite massively commits to its shaky cam aesthetic. Everything lives on a gradient between grey and dark grey, menus jitter and tear like old VTR tapes, and even UI elements like health and ammo are glitchy text that sometimes takes an extra second to parse compared to conventional health bars. There's a level of intentional unreadability here that wouldn't work for any other genre, but Empty Shell uses it powerfully to curate its unwelcoming vibe. You play as a random Japanese citizen unwillingly sent to an abandoned secret offshore facility by an unnamed organization. You open the game with a list of tasks, complete them, move on to the next wing of the facility, repeat until you've hopefully earned your freedom. For the amount of inertia your movement has, your character is capable of engaging in some surprisingly punchy combat. Aim down sights with right click, shoot with left. Left click without aiming and you get a melee swing. It's an intuitive control scheme and emphasizes the importance of melee. All of your semi-random characters start with both a melee and a ranged weapon, and weaving them in between each other is the key to maintaining a sustainable ammo count. One of the first movement tricks I got used to was timing little dodge backstep right after successful swings to get out of danger. Aside from a few single-use gadgets, that's really all you need to know. There's a minimalism to Empty Shell. Shoot, strike, then scavenge while you're hooking up generators or enabling power to doors or whatever else is being asked of you, all the while soaking in its dour atmosphere and picking up little morsels of what this facility was and what happened to it. It squeezes more variety than you'd expect out of its environments too. Hallways and labs are a frequent staple, but outside the facility also has its share of surprises, like metros and ferries. You hear every uncomfortable creak thanks to its light soundscape, and the simple color palette means that light and shadow dominates the screen. As you navigate from room to room, rays claw themselves around the shapes of doorways, and you can never quite tell what exactly that fluid spraying out of the enemies you hit is. Whatever it is, it lingers on the finished rooms, and its white glow is the same color as the eyes of your enemies. It's a small touch that had me occasionally safety swinging at the air, because a corpse looked a whole lot like a non-corpse between the low visibility and the pixelation. Empty Shell sells its paranoia hauntingly well. It's a great little game. Its mix of simple arcadey controls with survival horror scavenging and conservation work well, and its unmistakably eerie style never fails to sell the mood. Regrettably, it's a game that often feels enjoyable despite its roguelike qualities and not because of them. You're looking at something like a 3 to 4 hour game on a blind playthrough, short by conventional game standards, long by rogue run standards. And that's because outside of some post-game challenges, each level within Empty Shell is a roguelite, rather than the entire experience itself. Item location and level layout are randomized on spawn, and if you die within a mission, you have to restart that mission completely. The problem is that characters are so similar that it doesn't really feel like a new run as much as it does just a retry. In some ways, that's aligned to the game's themes. You're not super, you're a replaceable random citizen thrust into a horrifying situation. So disposable, in fact, that their death doesn't even give you a prompt to try again. You just immediately are given a new character dossier like nothing ever happened. That new character is little more than just a different basic weapon, nothing that will substantially change your game until New Game Plus gets a bit more liberal with the starting modifiers. It's so dangerously close to just being a regular non-rogue single-player game with no mid-mission checkpoints that sometimes you forget that it isn't. That inelegance and structure does prevent Empty Shell from reaching its full potential, but it doesn't take away from the things it executes well. Come for the cool aesthetic, stay for the simple but enjoyable combat, and treat its roguelike qualities as an endgame enthusiast novelty, rather than something that meaningfully impacts the flow of a regular playthrough.